Hey, so I just wanted to pop in here. I didn't do a live video on Facebook last week, obviously, just with everything going on. And honestly, last Wednesday I slept for about 4 hours after my surgery. So I just wanted to pop in here and just publicly thank all of you who have reached out to me. So many people have just messaged me and just offered support and encouragement and prayers and just all of them. I feel like I've tried to respond to every single person, but it's just been really hard to try and adequately respond to everyone. So I just wanted to pop on and just tell you guys how much I really appreciate just all of the I guess just the outreach of love and encouragement. So maybe for those of you who still have not seen the update because Facebook is weird, we found out at the beginning of October. Well, let me backtrack. We announced that we were expecting our third baby in the beginning of, or end of August, I believe, maybe beginning of September. And we actually found out on October 3rd that it didn't look like the baby was growing with my dates. So I thought I was 10 and a half weeks. The measurements only showed 6 weeks. They thought maybe I just ovulated late, and so they had me do some testing. My blood test was tested, my blood was tested a couple times. And they just checked my HCG levels to see what was going on, and by Monday of last week we had learned that the baby had stopped growing. And I won't say that we haven't gone through a rough week and a half, 2 weeks, because it has been hard, but I have had so many people reach out to me and just tell me just how much they're thinking of me and how much they've been praying for our family. And I cannot thank you guys enough, because I don't think that I could do this without any of you. So anyway, for those of you who are wondering if you've been worried about me, I am doing okay. I go in for my post-op check today. I had a DNC surgery last week to take care of everything because my body was not miscarrying on its own. And so after that surgery, everything went really, really well. The doctor said it ended up being probably the best option that we could have gone with, just because of my body's response to this pregnancy. It wasn't really making any moves. It wasn't really making any moves to do anything on its own. And so the surgery ended up being the least stressful option. And so this last week I've been recovering. I will not say that it hasn't been hard, because I have 2 kids. It's hard to sit down and stay off my feet. And I have to remind myself, so many of you guys have just told me, I'm pretty much in postpartum recovery again for the 3rd time, only this time my body only made it through a couple months of pregnancy instead of 9. So, it's still a recovery process, and I'm hoping that I'll be cleared for exercise soon, because I really am missing exercise. It helps keep me sane, and it just gives me an outlet. But for now, I just am trusting that the doctor will tell me when things will be fine to move forward, and I'm just trying to be patient with that. But I cannot even tell you guys enough. I feel like I've told a couple people this, but I feel like if I had this happen, if I had miscarried a baby 4 years ago, when I was still kind of in the grasp of postpartum depression with Joshua, I feel like I would not have been able to handle this as well. And so as hard as it's been, the fact that it took this long for me to ever have something like this happen, and for it to happen when it did this time of year is a little bit easier of a time of year for me to handle things. I'm more excited about the holidays. I can stay distracted with things like that. My birthday's coming up. I have things to look forward to. And so I think that without those, it would have been a lot harder to deal with losing a baby. And but the other thing is that I opted, contrary to what a lot of people do, I opted to share the news sooner, and I've never done that before. I didn't really know what to expect, and I remember telling my friend, my best friend, we found out at her house that I was expecting, and I remember telling her, honestly, I don't really care if I tell people sooner than later, and I know if I tell people sooner, because I will talk about it. I'm not gonna not talk about it if I have a miscarriage. And it's kind of like karma coming back to bite me in the butt, but I feel like it helps me to talk about this. And so those of you who've listened, who've reached out and just shared your stories, I really appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough. I feel like I kind of go up and down. Like my emotions go up and down. Just different things, different things trigger it. And the biggest thing that I've realized in this last, it's only been like a week and a half, but the biggest thing that I've realized is that the more that I can talk about this and that I can dwell on the blessings and that I can find some kind of a good in this, or find some way to connect with someone else and just develop a new friendship or relationship that I didn't have before, the easier it is for me to bear it, I guess, because it doesn't feel like I'm holding all of this in myself. I feel like I can talk to you guys about it and I can share it with you and I can trust you with this. So thank you for showing me that you're worthy of that trust and just for supporting me and encouraging. I definitely still need the prayers. But I'm really grateful for like literally every single one of you. Oh my gosh. See, I haven't been crying today, but now I'm crying. Good grief. Anyway, the other thing I was going to talk about, I had some other thought. Oh, I kind of already talked about it, but pretty much just that I really feel like everything that I've done in this last 4 years to combat my own personal, battle with depression, with anxiety. Those of you who follow my health and fitness journey, you know that I'm a Beachbody coach and I've been doing this for almost 4 years. And I started simply because I needed to take better care of myself. And I really 100% believe that that's something that came into my life at the time that it did and has given me this last 4 years to just develop the kinds of habits that help me to take better care of my spirit, to take better care of my mental health, and obviously to take care of myself physically, because I feel like it just has equipped me over the last 4 years to be able to handle a trial like losing a baby and losing a pregnancy. And so I'm seriously so grateful for this last 4 years, and for the growth that I've had, and for, I guess, just blessings in disguise, because I feel like I've learned a lot about sharing my story and just, Liz, you're cracking me up. Just sharing my story and just understanding that sharing story is a way that we can connect with each other, and it helps strengthen relationships. It helps us feel happier. It helps us feel like we're not alone. And in situations like this, with losing a baby, with a miscarriage, but also with depression, with anxiety, the longer that you hold everything in to get to yourself, and I know this has just been my experience, but the longer that I try and just keep it together and not tell anyone what's going on, or if people ask, how are you doing, and I just say, well, I'm fine, instead of just really accepting how I'm feeling, the longer that I struggle. So I mean, I feel like in this last week and a half, I've had so many people asking me, how are you feeling, how are you feeling, how are you doing? And I don't mind at all, but it changes every day. It literally changes every single day. And so just thank you for being patient with that, and for everything, all of the sweet messages, the comments on the different posts that I've shared, the notes that you guys have sent. I've had a few people send me things in the mail. I cannot thank you enough just for supporting us and our family on this crazy roller coaster. And we just look forward to sharing about a future rainbow baby. Anyway, I have to go because I actually need to get to the doctor's office for a post-op check. But thank you for being so amazing. If you guys have any questions about this whole lifestyle that I live, if you feel like you need something like this in your life just to help strengthen your own personal habits and routine, then I would love to talk with you. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I will talk to you soon.